Hey everyone, we're digging through the archives this week for a throwback special. We're showing you the best of the best, so get ready for our greatest hits, the top 8 Orgeat, top 5 Nightcaps, and top 5 Demerara Cocktails. Let's get into the classics.
Orgeat's always a fan favorite, and in fact in 2022, it was our best-selling syrup. Today I'm gonna give you the 8 best cocktails to make using Orgeat. Let's get into it. In 8th place we have the Scorpion Cocktail. Trader Vic invented this drink in the 1940s. He intended it to be shared by a lot of people, but by the 1970s, he pared it down to a single serving cocktail, which is what we're making today. You can blend this cocktail in a blender, but we like ours over crushed ice. Start by adding ½ ounce of our almond Orgeat syrup. Next, 1½ ounces of gold rum, 3/4 of an ounce of cognac, 2 ounces of orange juice, and an ounce of lemon juice, freshly squeezed of course. Add ice, and give it a good shake. Strain this cocktail into a small hurricane glass over crushed ice. Garnish with a dehydrated orange wheel and a sprig of mint. In 7th place we have the Rye Thai Cocktail. Is the Rye Thai the best riff of all time? Might be. Rye Thais replace the rum in a traditional Mai Tai with a spicier, more full-flavored rye whiskey. It also replaces orange liqueur with pineapple juice to lengthen it out. If you haven't tried this cocktail, you're missing out. Start with 3/4 of an ounce of Orgeat. Next, add 2 ounces of rye whiskey, 3/4 of an ounce of pineapple juice, and 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. Add ice and shake, shake, shake. Strain this cocktail into a highball glass. Finally, garnish this drink with dehydrated pineapple and enjoy. This is fog. Whoa. Coming in at number 6, the Fog Cutter Cocktail. The name Fog Cutter is thought to be a reference to its potent nature. Drink this cocktail to cut through the fog of a long day at work or a hangover. We'll start with ½ ounce of Orgeat. Next we'll add 1½ ounces of light rum, an ounce of cognac, ½ ounce of London dry gin, 2 ounces of lemon juice, and 1 ounce of orange juice. Add ice and shake this baby up. Strain this cocktail into a diamond encrusted highball. Now float with some Oloroso sherry and garnish with a sprig of mint. Breaking into the top 5, the improved Japanese cocktail. They took the Japanese cocktail and they improved it. The Japanese cocktail was invented by Jerry Thomas around the turn of the 19th century. The improved Japanese cocktail adds lemon juice and Peychaud's bitters to give it an extra brightness. This cocktail really highlights the delicate flavor of Orgeat. Start with 3/4 of an ounce of the best Orgeat syrup on the market. Next, add 2 ounces of brandy, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, and 3 dashes of Peychaud's bitters. Add ice and give it a good, crisp shake. Now strain this beautiful little drink into a chilled coupe. Coming in at number 4, a sleeper hit, the Army and Navy. This cocktail was really popular with soldiers during World War II, and over 100 years after it was first invented, it's still popular today. I've never introduced this cocktail to someone who didn't love it. Start with ½ ounce of almond Orgeat syrup. Next, add 2 ounces of good London dry gin and 3/4 of an ounce of fresh lemon juice. Finally, add a dash or 2 of Angostura bitters and give it a good shake. Strain into your favorite coupe and garnish with an expressed lemon peel. Coming in the number 3 spot, the Trinidad Sour. The Trinidad Sour flips the script on the base spirit. It uses 1.5 ounces of Angostura bitters. You're like, wow, that's crazy, right? And it is, but it really works in this cocktail and it's a delicious drink. This is personally one of my favorite cocktails. And if you've never had one, you're in for a Caribbean treat. Start with 1 ounce of the best Orgeat you can find. It's ours. Next, add 1.5 ounces of Angostura bitters, ½ ounce of rye, and 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. Add ice and give it a good hard shake. Double strain into a coupe and garnish with a lemon twist. Number 2 on our list, the Mai Tai. This is kind of maybe a hot take. Let me know in the comments. I love a good Mai Tai. This is one of the most popular cocktails in the world, and for good reason. Orgeat is the key ingredient to give an authentic Mai Tai its signature flavor profile. Start off by adding 3/4 of an ounce of almond Orgeat syrup. Next, add 1 ounce of light rum, 1 ounce of aged rum, ½ ounce of orange liqueur, and 1 ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice. Add ice to your shaker and give it a good hard shake. Strain this cocktail over crushed ice in your favorite rocks glass. Float a bar spoon of really, really dark rum like Myers over the top. And finally garnish with a lime wheel and a mint sprig. We made it to number 1 on my list of the best Orgeat cocktails, and the number 1 cocktail is the Saturn. The Saturn cocktail was invented in 1967 by Popo Galsini. This is one of the rare mid-century tiki cocktails that uses gin as its base spirit. I love gin in a tropical cocktail because its complexity forms the perfect base for big, bold flavors. And this cocktail is no exception. We'll start things off with a 1/4 ounce of orgeat. Next, add 1/2 ounce of passion fruit syrup, 2 ounces of gin, a bar spoon of falernum, and 3/4 ounce of fresh squeezed lemon juice. Add ice to your shaker and give it a good shake. We'll strain this cocktail into a rocks glass and garnish with a lemon wheel and a brandied cherry. There you have it. These are my 8 favorite orgeat cocktails. What did I get right? What did I get wrong? What's your favorite orgeat cocktail?
These are my top 5 nightcaps. First up is the Dark as Night cocktail, which comes from Ryan Casey at the Dewberry Hotel in Charleston, South Carolina. First up is a 1/4 ounce of our classic gum syrup. Next, a 1/4 ounce of walnut liqueur. The original recipe called for Kinoto aperitif. We're gonna substitute for Cynar 70 proof. And lastly, 2 ounces of good quality cognac. Stir all ingredients with ice and strain over a coupe with a large format ice cube. For garnish, express an orange twist over the top. Next up is a cola float. This is an ice cream based dessert cocktail. Sweet, will definitely put you to bed. Let's build. The first ingredient would be a scoop of your favorite ice cream. I'm gonna go with just homemade vanilla. Next up, 3/4 ounce of our sugarcane cola syrup, 1.5 ounces of rye whiskey. Lastly, let's top with 4 ounces of club soda and garnish with grated nutmeg. The Old Fashioned is known for being a classic nightcap, but we're gonna mix it up. We're gonna reach for an añejo tequila to give the Old Fashioned some agave character. This one's super easy. We're gonna take advantage of our Old Fashioned cocktail syrup. Let's build. First, a 1/4 ounce of our Old Fashioned cocktail syrup, 2 ounces of añejo tequila, stir over ice, garnish with an orange peel. There it is, a super easy Old Fashioned variant, perfect for your evening. Fourth up is a basic one, but it deserves a spot. It's a classic for a reason. This is the hot toddy. First ingredient, 1/2 ounce of our classic gum syrup. Next, 1/2 ounce of fresh squeezed lemon juice, 2 ounces of bourbon, topped with about 4 ounces of hot water. Garnish with lemon and a handy baking spice. Today we're going with star anise. Last but not least, my personal favorite nightcap. This is the Vieux Carré. First up, a bar spoon of Benedictine liqueur, 3/4 ounce of sweet vermouth, 3/4 ounce of rye whiskey, 3/4 ounce of cognac, 2 dashes of Peychaud's bitters, and 1 dash of Angostura bitters. Stir with ice, strain into a rocks glass over a large format ice cube. This one's so good, it doesn't need a garnish. Enjoy. So here they are, 5 excellent nightcaps. Something for everyone here. Hope you try them all and enjoy. Sleep tight.
We're covering the top 8 cocktails that use Demerara. Demerara sugar lends a really unique flavor to cocktails. It's subtle as a sweetener, but it adds this sort of burnt sugar, caramelized flavor to it. It's really nice and adds a lot of round base flavors to cocktails of all varieties. Before we get started on our top 8 Demerara cocktails, I think it'd be good to do a side-by-side comparison, and there's no better way to do that than with the Old Fashioned. So I want you to try an Old Fashioned using Demerara sugar, whether it's our Demerara gum syrup, if you want that nice rich viscosity, or just a Demerara sugar, a raw Demerara sugar, and then make one with pure cane sugar or simple syrup. If you use the exact same ingredients and exact same ratios, you'll really be able to tell the difference between Demerara sugar versus the white table sugar that has a very clean sweetness. To make your Demerara Old Fashioned, start by pouring a 1/4 ounce of Demerara gum syrup into your mixing glass. Next, add 2 ounces of bourbon or rye, aromatic bitters, and add ice. Stir for about 20 seconds to dilute and chill. Strain your Old Fashioned into a rocks glass. Garnish with a brandied cherry and orange peel, expressed. Cheers. To kick off our list, we'll start with the flannel shirt cocktail. This cocktail comes to us from Jeffrey Morgenthaler, a prominent Portland area bartender who wanted to take a mulled, warm cocktail that utilized apple cider and turn it into a cocktail that could be served cold, but still have all of those warming feelings, that you get from a cool weather cocktail. This is the perfect go-to cocktail for fall and winter. Imagine these warm baking spice flavors, apple, scotch, a nice bitter Amaro, all grounded by essentially a molasses flavored syrup. It's really, really nice. To make a flannel shirt cocktail, start with a bar spoon of Demerara gum syrup. Next, add 1 3/4 ounce of blended Scotch whiskey, 1/2 ounce of Amaro, Averna is recommended, 1.5 ounces of apple cider, unsweetened, 1/4 ounce of fresh lemon juice, 1/2 a bar spoon of allspice dram, and 2 dashes of aromatic bitters. Add ice and shake hard for 20 seconds. Strain into a chilled rocks glass filled with ice. and garnish with an orange twist. Stay warm in your cozy flannel shirt. Number 7 on our list is a venerable classic. This one comes to us courtesy of New Orleans, one of the great cocktail cities in the whole world. This is the Sazerac. A Sazerac is a spirit-forward cocktail that uses brandy and rye split base. And here Demerara shines because Peychaud's bitters and absinthe, which are also both used, are very high-hitting aromatic flavors, and that Demerara sugar character, that burnt molasses flavor, really grounds those sort of high-hitting notes. This is a really nice way to give richness to a Sazerac and to bring a slight twist to an otherwise perfect cocktail. To make the perfect Sazerac, add a 1/4 ounce of Demerara gum syrup to your mixing glass. Next, add an ounce of rye whiskey, an ounce of brandy, and 3 dashes of Peychaud's bitters. Add ice and stir for 20 seconds. Rinse a chilled rocks glass with a bar spoon of absinthe and strain your mixture into the glass. Garnish with an expressed lemon peel. This is the best version of a true classic, the Sazerac. Cheers. Next up, number 6 on our list, another venerable classic, another cocktail that uses brandy. This time we're working with the Sidecar. The Sidecar really benefits from Demerara sugar. It's like the John Paul Jones of ingredients in this cocktail. It's sitting there plucking away at the base notes while all of these other ingredients sort of ride on top of it. It's a really nice backbone to a very classic cocktail, and we think it's an improvement on the original. To make the classic Sidecar, add a bar spoon of Demerara gum syrup to your shaker tin. Next, add 1.5 ounces of brandy, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, and 3/4 of an ounce of orange liqueur. We recommend a brandy base. Add ice and shake hard for 10 seconds. Strain into a chilled coupe and garnish with a lemon peel and a sugared rim. Cheers to the Sidecar. We've reached my favorite part on any list like this. Here at the number 5 spot is our first Tiki cocktail. Demerara shines in Tiki applications because burnt sugar, molasses, those dark toffee, caramel flavors go perfectly with rum. They also, surprisingly, really balance out those high-hitting fruit flavors that you often find in Tiki cocktails. Acid, fruit, stone fruit. All of these different components really benefit from that base layer that is provided by Demerara sugar. The Golden Gun is no different. It has apricot, grapefruit, and 2 types of rum, all of which benefit greatly from a companion and a sweetener like Demerara. To make the Golden Gun, add 1/2 ounce of Demerara gum syrup to your shaker tin. Next, add an ounce of light rum, the funkier the better, an ounce of aged rum, 1/2 ounce of apricot liqueur, 1/2 ounce of grapefruit juice, and 3/4 of an ounce of fresh lime juice. Add ice and shake for 10 seconds. Strain over ice into a highball glass and garnish with a grapefruit wedge and a mint sprig. Sit back and enjoy this delicious Tiki cocktail. Here at number 4 on our list, a riff on the espresso martini. This is the Cafe Racer. This cocktail has bourbon, creme de cacao, and cold brew coffee. This is the darker side of Demerara. So we've seen it work wonders in sour cocktails like a Sidecar or even a Tiki cocktail like the Golden Gun. In this drink, it is bringing some dark, almost sultry flavors to what is probably a cold weather cocktail, but could also be used as a dessert cocktail after a rich meal. Think steakhouse dessert cocktail. This Cafe Racer cocktail is a great nightcap, and it's a wonderful cold weather cocktail. To make a Cafe Racer, start by adding 1/2 ounce of Demerara gum syrup to your mixing glass. Next, add 2 ounces of your favorite bourbon, an ounce of cold brew coffee, and a 1/4 ounce of creme de cacao. Add ice and stir for 20 seconds. Strain into a chilled rocks glass and garnish with an expressed orange peel. Use this nightcap to race straight to bed. Cheers. Bronze medal winner, our number 3 cocktail, comes to us courtesy of our friend Dustin Pop over at Elusive Moose Drinks. If you haven't checked out his handle, it's great cocktail content. The blue suede shoes. Thank you. Thank you very much. What we've essentially got here is a whiskey sour, lemon juice, whiskey, and sugar, but in this instance, we're combining honey syrup with Demerara, which gives a lot more richness, flavor, complexity than your typical simple syrup. This blueberry honey Demerara combination with the lemon juice and bourbon is just a very nice balanced cocktail. It's perfect in cool weather months, but here in Texas, I could sip these all year. To make the blue suede shoes, add a bar spoon of Demerara gum syrup to your shaker tin. Next, add 1/2 ounce of honey syrup and muddle 3 to 4 blueberries about 5 or 10 seconds until you form a nice syrup. Next, add 2 ounces of bourbon, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, add ice and shake for 10 seconds. Double strain into a rocks glass filled with ice and top with club soda. Garnish with a lemon wheel and blueberries. Enjoy this blue suede shoes. Thank you very much. Here we are at number 2 on our list, the silver medal winner, the second best Demerara cocktail. This is the Aku Aku. These high-hitting fruit flavors like tropical fruits and citrus, combined with aged rum, that caramelized toffee flavor in Demerara, the push-pull that goes on between these kinds of ingredients is magical. It is something that truly cannot be explained until you've had something like an Aku Aku. This cocktail is another perfect example of that relationship between these dark, deep, caramelized flavors and these high-hitting fruit flavors. It's a wonderful combination, and it's a match made in heaven. To make the Aku Aku, start by adding half an ounce of Demerara gum syrup to your shaker tin. Next, add 1.5 ounces of aged rum, 1 ounce of pineapple juice, 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice, and half an ounce of peach liqueur. Add ice and shake hard for 20 seconds. Strain into a chilled cocktail glass and garnish with a fresh bouquet of mint. Cheers to the Aku Aku. Y'all have made it this far. Thanks for sticking around. This cocktail has all the components of a classic tiki drink. Y'all know me, I love tiki, and this one's got it all. It's got mint, it's got Demerara rum, it's got lime juice, and it's got the swizzle technique, which is really fun to do in a cocktail. This is the Queen's Park Swizzle. This cocktail was invented at the Queen's Park Hotel in Port of Spain, Trinidad, around the turn of the 20th century. It's a very old drink, and that mint and lime juice combination that's made so famous by cocktails like this or the mojito is such a nice, bright flavor combination that when combined with that dark, deep rum and the Demerara gum syrup, and then that swizzle technique where you're almost making a beautiful alcoholic snow cone or slushy, it's just a beautiful drink, and it really highlights the rustic character of Demerara sugar. I promise, if you go home and make a Queen's Park Swizzle, you're gonna love the way it tastes, and you're gonna have a damn good time making it too. To make a Queen's Park Swizzle, add half an ounce of Demerara gum syrup straight to your highball glass. Next, add 5 to 8 fresh mint leaves and muddle for 5 or 10 seconds. Now add 2 ounces of Demerara rum, or aged rum if you don't have Demerara, and 3/4 of an ounce of fresh lime juice. Fill your glass with crushed ice. Now comes the fun part. Take a swizzle stick and swizzle for about 15 seconds to chill and dilute your cocktail. Refill your glass with crushed ice and add 4 to 6 dashes of aromatic bitters on top. Garnish with a mint sprig and enjoy the #1 Demerara cocktail, the Queen's Park Swizzle. Wow, y'all, what an adventure. We just traveled through space and time enjoying 8 of the best, no, the 8 best Demerara cocktails you can try. Go home, make these yourself. Tell us down below in the comments section, did you like them? Did you hate them? Did we miss out on any? Let us know. Make sure you like and subscribe for great cocktail content like this. Cheers.
And that's our trip down memory lane for this week's Throwback Thursday. A huge thank you to every single one of you who tunes in and makes Thirsty Thursday a tradition. We've had a blast with these old school favorites, but don't worry, we'll be right back with our regularly scheduled programming next week. You won't want to miss it. Remember to hit like and subscribe for next week's episode. We'll see you then. Cheers.